The views expressed on this episode, as with all episodes of We Hate Your Baby Daddy, are based solely on our personal opinions and shit we heard in the streets.
The content here should not be taken as indisputable fact. This show is for entertainment purposes only, so enjoy and don't come for us.
Welcome back to another episode of We Hate Your Baby Daddy with Bree and Dee.
Hello, in the flesh. Finally, right?
Yeah, we're on video, except for this time the hot one's here, as I mentioned last time.
He's a hot one. Like, come on. Let's be real.
It was just me last time terrifying the hoes, so, you know, I get my sidekick.
Terrifying the hose. She's full of it.
So, we actually wanted to dedicate this episode to our friend Tabitha, who we found out passed this past weekend on Saturday. And it was really devastating. We did not have an episode to record. We were too sad. We were like on sad mode. We're still on sad mode. You know, we're not going to share details about what happened. We don't really even know, but we just wanted to let you guys know that this episode is dedicated to her. We love her. We miss her so much. And we know that she is, you know, somewhere out of pain, not struggling, and that she's looking down on us and she's proud of us and she would want us to keep doing our show. So,
Yeah, it's been a pretty difficult start of the year, and we did not want to start off our year with that. That is for sure. That is for sure.
yeah. And I was gonna say, oh, so I have the flu. I have like a little touch of the flu. So if I sound congested, that's what that is. But, you know, don't let it detract from the overall message that we hate baby daddies, including our own.
The hate goes through the phlegm.
Right, exactly. Sick or not, fuck my baby daddy. The sexy Luther King says, fuck my baby daddy.
Oh my god.
I posted that on Instagram. Everyone was sharing it. Sexy Luther King says, fuck my baby daddy.
Fair enough.
What?
You know how many club flyers were probably in his name this weekend? Just like,
Yeah.
And they were blasting that song.
They're probably like,
looking down on heaven, and I was like, yep.
Women get in free if you say, I had a dream at the door.
I had a dream that my people were free to twerk that.
Oh, God. Oh. I know that was played all weekend.
That's good.
I wanted to talk about like some of the recent events that have gone on with our baby daddies. So were you with your baby daddy and his, I guess, girlfriend for the holidays? Like you dropped by or you saw them?
Absolutely fucking not. No, I helped them with the car seat because, again, they still don't know how to put the car seat in the car after about what? It's been 2 years now. They still don't know how to put the car seat in the car, so I helped them with the car seat, and I set them on along their way to have who is fully verbal, and yeah, they can have fun with that. And she completely just let him have it. Like, she's a Leo. She'll just tell you exactly how she feels about everything. Like, she was opening the gifts and she was like surveying them. She was like, oh, this was $4.99. Wow. Thank you. And I was just showing Brie like exactly
She was
the
like,
reactions.
the pictures are based.
You're just like, ugh.
Oh my goodness.
Or even worse, when like they gave her the tea set, and they thought that would, like, I guess, calm her down, but it didn't, because like after she laid out her tea set, she wanted like just peace and quiet, and like his girlfriend just like, I guess, kept like trying to interact with her, like, oh, little girl, do you like the tea? And she was like, sit down and eat your donut.
I don't give a fuck about no tea set.
No, like, please sit down and eat your donut. Like, be quiet. I said be quiet. And I'm like, he was like, does she ever talk to you like that? I'm like, absolutely not. No. And then I sent him the Tiffany Pollard gift where she was like, "You should have just sat there and ate your food." He was like hollering. He was like, "Yeah, that's exactly how she was like." And I'm like,
Oh my goodness.
he was like, "Yeah, that's your daughter." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, it is." So yeah, that's all I did for the holidays. And then she came back to me, so we opened her presents on midnight in my house. So yeah, it was no real drama. He's really calmed down, but I'm just waiting for him to just have his
You
little.
just never know with Party City Skeletons. Like,
His unpredictability is his hateability. He can be chill 1 second, and then at midnight he'll just text me like, "I want full
confused.
custody, and also fuck you." I'm like, "You just sent me a meme yesterday. What?"
What changed? Oh, I mean, that
Oh wait, that's an additional thing. I sent it to Bree. He told me about the rapper Viper,
Viper.
and you
Bro, when I
wouldn't
tell you,
guess.
I looked at the name of that song, I thought it said y'all at first. It says Yule. You know what? We'll have to put in the visuals for the episode. The song by this man is called Yule Coward. No, what's it called?
Your cowards don't even smoke crack.
And that's the song. He goes, "What's up with that? Yule cowards don't even smoke crack." And I'm like, I'm sorry, am I a coward for not smoking crack? Or is that just not something that normal people do? Like, what? I was very confused.
So yeah, he was like, "Oh, did you hear the news about Viper?" I'm like, "Whatever that man did, he
He did it.
absolutely did it." And he was like, "Yeah, he kidnapped a woman and he made her smoke crack." I'm like, "Yo, you cowards." Don't even
I was
smoke.
saying that to her the whole time. You don't want to smoke
The
coward.
pipe. Like lighting up the pipe, like, here we go. It's like a nightmare version of Rick James.
And I can just hear that song.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. And I feel bad for laughing because I'm sure, that woman went through a horrible ordeal. But that man, if you look at his picture, he has a picture on Spotify. I'm like, who produced this music and created this profile for him? 'Cause, he wasn't doing it in between smoking crack. And then, like, he has his arms up. He's wearing a towel, like a bath towel. You'll cowards don't even smoke crack. Like, what?
Those old cowards don't.
Those,
And he proved it.
not them not knowing contractions at all.
Contraction's beating his ass, and so is conjugation, but let's
And crack.
and crack.
And
Well, no, I think crack is what powers him.
he's like Popeye, but with crack. See,
Off to the side, he's just
so
doing it. Yeah.
he gets the power to kidnap women.
He was caught. That you guys shouldn't be worried that you'll
Oh
get
yeah, he was caught. Thank God. He's probably in jail or in prison yelling at people. There's no crack in here, cowards, coward.
They would have to put him in like isolation. I can imagine like the most stone cold, hardened murderer would be like, "I don't want to be with that man."
Right?
Like
Whispering, I'm a coward and I don't smoke crack.
Yeah, no, that man's they're making toilet wine. That man's making toilet crack. I don't even know where he got the ingredients to do that. I don't want to be in a cell with that. No, that's dangerous. Like what?
He's mixing it. He keeps calling me a coward. I can't sleep in here. Smells like chemicals. Help. Oh, so I had already mentioned in the last episode about what did I do in last Stephen Hawking. In the Stephen Hawking episode, I mentioned how my episode or my not episode my holiday was with Junkie Crashy. But lately, Junkie Crashy has got a bee in his bonnet saying that he wants to do 50-50 custody. I know, right? When he first brought that up to me, I was like, how's that gonna work? Because he works from like 4 a.m. to 2 p.m. and he doesn't work from home like I do. And he's like, well, I'm gonna hire a nanny, and my mom's gonna drive up 7 hours from where she lives to be with her on the weeks that I have her. And he's like, and I'm not gonna pay child support. I'm like, that's not how child support works, right? Child support works to make an even living situation for the child. So if you make more than me, which he does, you'll end up having to pay me child support, even though it'll be less. The point is so that's even. And he's like, well, I don't want to pay anything. And I'm like, well, that's not how it works, babe. It's just not. So he was like, well, we need to mediate. And I'm just like, it's not about mediation. Like, they're gonna look, even if we're in mediation, they're gonna see our pay stubs, like, in our tax returns, and they're gonna see that you made more than me last year. And they're gonna be like, well, then you pay like XYZ, even if it's a tiny, tiny amount. You have to pay something to make it even. Like, why are you crying? And so he's like, well, I'll see you in court. I'm like, okay. So that's basically where we are now. It's like the co-parenting relationship is just completely deteriorated. He's mad that I moved on, and he kept threatening to assault the Red Scare. And the Red Scare's just like,
Wait. Go back. You're skipping out on what happened in the holidays. Talk about what happened with the Christmas tree.
girl. Okay, so as I mentioned, my grandfather died. We did a lovely tribute on the show to him. And this asshole, I mean, it happened so sudden. I had to go out to where my family lives in the Midwest to help out my mom. And on the way out there, Drunky Crashy was pissed. He was the one dropping me off the airport, which I didn't think it would be a big deal. It's 30 minutes down the road. So he had to pick up the baby anyway. So I'm like, you know, you take me to the airport and I'll be back on Monday. You don't need to pick me up. The Red Scare will pick me up. It's fine. So we're driving out there and he was like, I saw you put up the Christmas tree. I'm like, yeah, we put it up. I was feeling kind of sad. He's like, didn't I buy you that Christmas tree? I was like, maybe. I don't remember. And he was like, you let another man put up my tree? I was like, bro, do you want the tree? Like, do you want me to put it on the corner and you pick it up? He's like, no, it's just a principle thing. I thought we was gonna do it together. I was like, what are you talking about? And so at this point, he's like screaming at the top of his lungs. He's like punching the dashboard, like flipping out. And I'm like, why are you so mad? I'm like, my grandfather just died. Take me to the airport. He's like, this ride was a mistake. You should have had your boyfriend take you. I was like, bro, like your anger issues are so out of place. He didn't even say like he was sorry to hear about my grandfather. He didn't wish my mom like any kind of condolences until like days and days and days later. He was just so mad about this tree. So when I told the Red Scare about the situation, he was like, I'll just take down the tree and put it outside. You can come get it. I was like, no, babe, we already put the decorations on. Like, it's my tree. I don't care who bought it. We're not putting it out there. He's like, I'll get you a better tree. He's like, I'll get you a bigger tree next year. I'm like, no, let's just forget it. So, I go out, come back. Drunky Crashy, apparently, for the day, Monday that I came back, that he had to take off work, he took the money out of my child support to cover his day being off of work to watch our baby. Our baby.
He's
So,
such a bum. Like, he's
I
really
mean,
like a
that's a
bum.
major bum behavior.
Like, it doesn't even matter how much money you make. He's like such a fucking bum.
And so he kept saying, but you told me it was okay. You told me to do that. I'm like, not only do I not remember saying that, but I'm like, even if I did, I can't imagine a situation where you think it's okay to charge me money like that goes to your daughter that pays because his child support basically just covers the cost of our nanny. And then I basically pay everything else because she's with me 100% of the time. And he thinks that's fair and equitable. But still, he took out some money to cover that day. And I was just like, so you had to step up and be a father because my grandfather died. I had to go out there for him. And you reduced the child support by that amount. So then I was like, well, you can give me that money back. And he's like, well, you said, I'm like, okay, well, now I'm unsaying whatever I said in my haze of grief of my grandfather dying, I'm unsaying it. So give me the money back. And he's like, no. So I'm like, okay, well, then I'm fucking blocking you. Like, fuck you. I'm like, when you want to be unblocked, you can do what you're supposed to do as a parent and help me so that I can pay for our child's nanny. So days and days and days go by. He doesn't pay it. He doesn't come get his kid. He doesn't see her. And then finally unblock him. I'm like, so, what's the deal? You're just not gonna step up as a father then. And he's like, you'll have it on Sunday. And this was on like a Friday or something. So I'm like, okay, you're reblocked. So I blocked him. Sunday I get the money, I unblock him. I call him. Or I FaceTime him so he can see the baby. And he's like driving, so he can't FaceTime. He starts screaming at me. You held my child for ransom over some money. It's like, what are you talking about? I held her for ransom, like in her house where she lives, where she's at every day, the only house she ever knows. I held her for ransom. I kidnapped your kid. He's like, you took my daughter away from me. I was like, oh my God, you are impossible. Like, the co-parenting relationship at this point does not exist. Like, he is just impossible. Any way that he can find to punish me, even if it's by punishing our own kid, he will find a way because he doesn't like the fact I moved on, the fact I don't want to be with him anymore. He tried to, he's like, I'm gonna tell your boyfriend that you still got feelings for me, so he'll get mad at you and and don't want to break up with you. I'm like, Chunky Crashy, I almost said his name. Chunky Crashy, no one's gonna believe that. I don't like you. You put me through hell. Like, what the fuck? I mean,
You know
I
what
could
I
go
also
on.
noticed too?
Hmm.
I feel like he manufactures like a lot of these situations. Like a lot of these things could just be like ABC, but like he really does. He really does like he throws a wrench in things just so he can get attention. And it's like a lot of men do that, but like he does it so much. It's so obvious now. He's like a little boy that doesn't get attention. Like
It's
he's pulling on
true.
mommy's skirt.
Because all those times he drove drunk, it's like he never got injured. He never injured anybody else. He totaled cars but survived somehow. So walked away. I'm like, I feel like you just did that for attention. And that's
I've
not
been
good for
through
me.
that. I'm like, how do you expertly crash a car?
A
Like,
Tesla, a self-driving car that was beeping at you probably the whole time. Don't crash me. Look out for that railing.
please, I have updates to live for.
And yet, and still, he managed to crash a Tesla. So now we're going to court. I mean, he wanted to do 50-50. He wouldn't accept the fact that he would still have to pay child support to me for our daughter. Again, for the 100 millionth time of the history of the world, child support is not for the moms. I'm not taking your child support to go shopping. Kids are expensive. It's for your daughter. Any baby daddies listening to this thinking child support is anything more than money going to your kid, you can go fuck yourself. I don't ever listen to the show again.
Not even that. The amount that you get in child support couldn't even. It wouldn't even cover a satisfying shopping spree. I promise you.
Bro, like,
I
I go to the
promise you.
Dollar Tree, okay?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, Ava, do you want a dollar car? Because that's what's left over.
She'd make that
Not
face
even
she
a
made
Hot
it.
Wheels, babe. Not even a Hot Wheel.
She made that face that she made at Party City Skeleton's girlfriend. Like, I want
Yeah,
that.
she doesn't get cheap toys like that. And they got her like Shein toys, and she was just
She
looking
got the
at that shit.
Shein toys. Ugh.
No, she really did get Shein toys for her. I mean, like, it's no shade. Like, maybe that's like what she's used to, but like, and you know what they did? Oh my God, you know what they did too? They
What?
they they did they think that they do so much for your kid when they do like absolutely fucking nothing, like less than 1%. They didn't even let her bring the toys back home for her to play with. Like they're just at
They
her
said, oh,
grandparents'
these are
house.
her toys for over here.
And like by the time that you get her again, because he
She's not gonna care, just like she didn't care when she first saw him.
yeah, she was just like, oh, cool. Well, anyway, my mom got me a tablet, and like, dude,
That
come
is
on.
the ghetto. God, I hate baby daddy so much.
They don't even understand their kids. It's like, well, what is she like? Well, I don't know. She's a full person that's fully capable of talking. Why don't you call her sometime and ask her instead of just guessing what she likes?
The last time my baby daddy took our daughter, I literally had to make him a list with pictures because he can't read too good. A list of things
Girl,
that he,
not hooked on phonics.
I swear to you, I made him a list to read off of with pictures that correspond with the bullet points, so he would know what to get her. So he would know like how she likes to drink her water, what milks she likes. I mean, it's just, and he thinks he's like father of the year. It's like you don't know anything. You're not there.
No,
Ay,
no. I mean, like, and it doesn't cost too much to be present. And it's so funny how their excuses are, well, I need a mental health day. I have to go
mm,
to work. I'm like, what do you think I'm doing? I'm out on the beach in Bora Bora or something. Like I'm going to work and I have mental health days every single day. It
the
doesn't stop.
same the same asshole who said I can't take her on weekends every weekend or 3 weekends a month because of my mental health is suffering by not having free weekends. The same guy who said that is the same guy who now says he wants 50-50 custody. I think it would probably last a month before he's like, "Mom, mental health," even with a nanny and his mommy. Like, it
If
makes
a
me make
judge
sense.
hears that, they're gonna shit themselves. They're gonna be like, you
Your mental
need weekends.
health.
Yeah, you're gonna need weekends away from your child, or your mental health will suffer. Are you gonna burn the house down? What the fuck type of statement is that?
He's
Like,
fucking crazy. And that's the thing. It's like he would rather do this fake 50-50 thing and have to pay for his nanny, probably pay part of my nanny, and have his mom drive up 7 hours while he's at work and doesn't spend any time with the baby, so she can be raised by like nannies. He'd rather do that than just be normal. So I'm just gonna go to court and see what the judge has to say.
and not even that. I told you that. I'm like, if you make a judge do too much work in custody court, they are automatically going to be pissed. Like they're automatic. Like if you make them think too much, they're going to be pissed. They're going to be like, so I have to divide this. Not only am I dividing it with numbers, with how much you have to pay the nanny between two people, but now I have to do it with time between you, a non-custodial family member, and a nanny. Hell no. I'm dismissing this. I don't have the time. Next case. Like there's people that are dying. That's literally that like what they say. There's people that are dying.
Damn, there's people that are dying. Well, that's what's going on with my BDB, baby daddy bullshit. But let's go ahead and jump into the episode. As you guys can see, we're gonna talk about Boosie Badazz. Well, you know what? We'll jump into the episode. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. So today we are gonna talk about Boosie Badazz, a.k.a. Lil Boosie, a.k.a. Torence Ivy Hatch. His middle name's Ivy, like Blue Ivy. Torence Ivy Hatch Jr. He's a junior. And he has 8 kids with 6 different women. And let me just tell you, when I was researching him, it took me forever to find all the baby mamas. Like the kids, I could find, but and I still couldn't match like which kids went to which baby mama. It's a mess, but we're gonna talk about it.
Like, is it like an interconnected tree? Like, what's going on here?
Well, I don't know if it was like linear or if he had babies on some of the baby mamas. I really couldn't tell. It took me forever to find out that one of them, I couldn't even find out her last name because it just wasn't out there. Um, so about Lil Boosie, he's a rapper and he's not really, I think he's more known for his like controversial things that he says online. He's that guy who, during the pandemic, he was going on IG Live and he was like, "Put your pussy lips on live. Let me give me $1,000." Remember that?
I do. Did anybody actually do that?
I don't know because wouldn't they've gotten banned from Instagram, but it became like a meme. So.
I mean, $1,000. But it's Boosie. No.
No, confusing.
Mm-mm.
And he is obsessed with Lil Nas X. You know, he's always going on those rants like Lil Nas X, he's gay, and Lil Nas X is like, yeah, nigga, I know. Like,
The sky is blue.
yeah, this guy's blue and I'm gay. Like, what do you want? But he's like constantly talking about it. And recently, he was mad about the movie. So The Color Purple came out, It was a movie and then it was a musical. So then they took the musical and the movie and combined them and made a new movie. And he's like, I walked out because I saw two women kiss each other and I didn't want my daughter exposed to that. And
Did he ever see like a short summary of The Color Purple? Because that's like central to the plot.
yeah, the
That's
original.
the whole thing.
Celia and Suge Avery, like that's always been the plot. Like, so when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute. I remember when I was younger, I was at least like 17, 18. He had a song, it was called They Dykin, like they Dykin apostrophe They Dykin. And you want to hear how it goes? It
Oh God.
goes, two red bones kissing in the back seat. Girl, don't stop, keep going and relax me. You want me to join in? Then ask me. I like girls who like girls that attract me. So you made a song about, and the whole song is about two red bones kissing in the back seat, and
Truly
you
they were
like girls who,
dyking.
and yes, they. The whole song's about two girls that were dyking. They dyking and they liking. That's another lyric. So clever. Yeah, they dyking and they liking. It's such a clever rap artist, Lil Boosie is. But for some reason, The Color Purple, which is a love story between two women, that's not okay. So
Boosie is the type of nigga that'll watch The Color Purple and root for Mister.
he's like, I don't see what's so wrong about that. He wanted his house clean. He could have beat Celia's ass. Like, I fucking hate Boosie so much.
He's like, well, he didn't break her arm. She can still pick up the mop. Come on.
Yo, so he was in an interview. In the interview, he was quoted as saying that he regrets having so many baby mamas, stating, I feel like I should have seeded in the same woman and put them all in her instead of being so young. And you've got to watch out for that, having kids at a young age. He has also stated that he would never get married because he never wants to have to split his money with a spouse. He said, quote, I don't believe in that split shit and I'm the breadwinner because she wasn't getting shot with me on the corner. She didn't teach me how to cook cocaine. She wasn't in the studio with me rapping all this time.
We go right back to crack.
I know, right? We just talked about why does that come up in so many episodes?
Your cowards don't even
Don't
cook
even
crack.
smoke crack. She wasn't in the studio rapping with me all those times. I'm not finna marry a woman and I cheat on her and I got to split millions of dollars with her. Hell no.
But you're still splitting your monies 8 ways between 8 children, are you not?
I mean, I don't even know. With all these baby daddies, it's so hard to find out what they're paying exactly in child support and the custody arrangements. I really feel like these women are kind of scared to bring them to court. I mean, he went on this
I
like
think I would be kind
tirade.
of scared of Boozy.
He's crazy. He is crazy.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
maybe
his
not
work.
so now. Now, so doesn't Boozy have like diabetes now?
I think he has something.
Yeah, just give him like a cinnamon bun. He'll be all right.
And then push him slightly, and he'll be done.
No, like a cinnamon bun, but you like inject it with lean or something. It'll be like his ultimate.
Love it. He would he would rap about it, and then probably die while he was rapping about it.
Yeah, it's just something in that man's eyes.
so, so like I mentioned, I had to do a lot of digging. Like if you go to Boosie's Wikipedia page and you see like his relationships, it'll only mention four of his baby mamas, and it'll say like only four are known. But I'm like, no way. Like you gotta like really do some research, which unfortunately I did. And I got really sucked into it. And I found all the kids' names. So there's 8 kids. Do you want to tell us what their names are?
Okay, let's see these kids' names, which I'm always being tasked with, and they always give me so much pain because she knows that it gives me a struggle to pronounce this ghetto bullshit. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. Avoina, Tarlesia, Ivy Ray. Okay. Torrance Jr. Oh. Michael Jordan. Lyric Beyonce. Toriana and Layla Jean. They have their own IG page called the THA underscore Hatch Kids KIDDZ. And their hood names are Ivy, Ty, Tootie, Tori, Ivy Ray, Lyric Bay, MJ, and plain old Layla. I don't know how she got caught in that mix, but
You know, I just want to point out one of the girls' names is Tarlasia. It's like a mix of Tarzan and Malaysia, Tarlasia. And I'm like, you just know he named that one. That just seems like a Boosie
the
name.
first one makes me mad because it's Ivo Ina. That sounds like some type of drug. Like not like a fun drug, like a pharmaceutical, like a high grade pharmaceutical medicine that they use to disinfect wounds.
Problem is the accuracy. It sounds exactly right. Um, so
I'm about to look at the Instagram page while Breeze gives you the
please do,
cat.
because I didn't look into it because I was like, I don't want to go too deep down that rabbit hole. But let me give you the names of the baby mamas. So we have Walnita Decure, and she is known for getting arrested in 2010. She was trying to stop laughing. That's all she's known for.
I hope to God if I die, it's just like, oh, you know what she was known for? Getting arrested.
So she was trying to smuggle drugs into jail for Boosie. So she got arrested for that. And she is the mom of 4 of his 8 kids. So she was the first one. And there's not a lot known about the next 3, and I couldn't figure out which kids belong to which. So the next 3 baby mamas, they're Tracy Taylor, Trivia Weatherspoon, and Gerlissa Hayes. So apparently Juanita, Tracy, Trivia, and Gerlissa, they all had the idea to put together a reality show back in 2014. Yeah, so this is when Boosie was in jail. And I guess they were like, well, we gotta find a way to make some kind of money. Well, he's
That's why they did it.
in jail, and then he released a statement, and he was like, I wasn't a fan of the idea, but yeah, I couldn't stop them because I was locked up. So if they had to make money somehow, I guess that's what they were gonna do. And so they made a pilot, and apparently it was really cringe, and nobody picked it up. So we'll never see Boosie's baby mamas the first 4 anyway.
I have a
So
question. Our listeners down in Louisiana, what's going on down there? I know I don't have any room to talk. I'm from Philly, but what goes on down there?
you
Bree went
know,
down there and she turned into an animal. She turned feral. So what the hell is in the air?
I turned
And the
feral
swamp
one
water.
time, and they
You
never let
raised
you
one
forget it.
crackhead.
You raised one dragon one time and win. Let me remind you, I smoked that guy, no pun intended. And no one ever lets you forget it. Listen, it was Mardi Gras. Everyone was probably racing dragons, not just me. I had a bunch of what are those things called? The crawdads. I was drinking hurricanes. Everybody's like, baby. You know how they talk down there? Hey, baby. Like,
Oh yeah. I
it
gotta
just
get
got
down there.
into me. That place is haunted. New Orleans is haunted. You know it is.
It's fun.
I walked by a restaurant. There was a chair in there, and there was like, "That's the ghost who haunts this restaurant. That's his chair. Nobody touches that chair." I was like, "Hmm." Next thing you know, race crackhead. So that's my story.
He compelled you. He wanted entertainment.
I was possessed, and everywhere you go, there's all these voodoo shops. Like it. Something got into me, and something got into Lil Boosie and all his baby mamas. Anyway, so the next 2 baby mamas we have are we have Rachel Wagner, who Boosie.
notes on this one.
We're laughing at my show notes because when I was doing research, there was a TikTok of Boosie talking about Rachel. He said she has a stealing disease. He said, look up how many times she's been arrested for that. And I found out that she's the mom of Toriana. The only reason I found that out was because Boosie's like, I changed her name to Toriana because she wanted to call her something stupid, and I picked Toriana. Like, he just hates her for no reason. It's like she was stealing, but yeah, you still impregnated her, so
It's hilarious because I'm again like I just like to bounce back and forth, and like the first photo that I get is just like, it's just like him like looking down angrily. It's just him looking down angrily, and it's like her mug shots. Like he really like he's just like oh, that's the first thing.
so the next baby mama, her name was Courtney B. And that's all I could find. I don't know if she has a last name. It was just Courtney B. She's an IG persona, and her daughter is Layla Jean. And those are his 6 baby mamas. And I am side-eyeing the fuck out of his baby mamas. And you know why? Because you know how Boosie went on live like several times and said that he hired sex workers for his kids? Like
Yeah, and he
the
bragged
boys.
about it.
Yeah, and the boys were like 11, 12, 13, 14 years old. And like for their birthday parties or whatever parties, he hired sex workers for them. And he's like, that's what a man should do for his kids. Like, should they? Because that's like statutory rape.
I really don't like how that's like a common thing that people like. I don't know if I had a son and somebody tried to do that with my son, they no, but nobody's getting out. Like that's insane.
But
That's
once
insane.
again, like I mentioned, the baby mamas seem like they're scared of him because if I heard that my baby daddy hired a sex worker to have sex with my kid, and he claims it was just like fellatio or whatever, but like whatever it was, why are you doing
Yeah.
that? That's a child.
Oh yeah, remember he was like, well, I don't want my kids to be gay, so I had to show them the pussy early, and I'm like,
So not how any of this works. You're just traumatizing them.
I feel like that would just, and then I'm speechless.
Disgusting.
How did he not get arrested for that?
Oh, I don't know how all of these like baby daddies who do a bunch of illegal shit just skate through and everything's fine. I really don't because I mean he posted those videos bragging about it. They're online. If you go and type in like Boosie sex workers, it'll show him bragging about it. So there's proof of that. Um, I mean the state
That's
should press
sick.
charges. I don't know, somebody should, but it's
It's sick.
disgusting.
Not even
Disgusting and
that.
illegal.
The type of woman that would do that.
I mean,
Do
not
you
even to
want
say
that
that they would
around your
know.
kid?
Right, exactly. But it's not even to say that when they got hired, he probably didn't say these are my underage kids, but even so, it's just messy and disgusting. Like when I was like 11 years old, I was
He's
still like playing with Barbies and stuff.
he's a little bit too obsessed with male sexuality to be straight with
Oh, okay,
his
because the stuff with Lil Nas X, the stuff with hiring sex workers for your
sons.
kids, it's disgusting. It's like he's hiding a little something, kind of like Blueface, who's in jail now.
And he's
Remember
loving it.
he said, I love it in here. Jail's lit. It's clicking. It's active. And we were, and I
That's
messaged
not
G
out.
that she said his booty's cracking and active.
Yeah, what the fuck you mean it's cracking in jail? I would be miserable if I was in jail. Like, what do you mean?
Who even asked him that? What do they call him that? And he said that. Like, who called him?
Oh, it's cracking in here. Like,
He sounded crazy. It's cracking in here.
does he even be transferred to prison? If he's in jail, there's like a toilet next to your bed. There's niggas shitting next to you. That's cracking. Raw
That's what
asshole
he
next
meant.
to your
The
head.
sound, the sound of niggas shit next to your head at night is what's.
Oh, booty melodies. Like, fuck out of here. Any dude that's like a jailbird, like you're gay. It's not a bad thing, but
You're in and out
stop
of
repping that.
jail. You want to be there because you have a choice. You don't have to do that.
You really don't. I mean, why are you Boosie weird?
Yeah, Boosie weird, Blueface weird. They're all
We're just bringing that up. Like we're not.
weird.
I mean, I'm just bringing that up because it's like, why does he keep hating gay people so much? Like, why is this like? Why are you so focused on this? What did they do to you?
Hmm. What did they do, Boosie? We should ask. You know, I bet you if we asked him to be on a follow-up episode, he would join.
I don't want to get cussed out by him.
I don't want to either, so I'm not going to.
He gonna ask us to put our pussy lips on the screen, and I don't
Bunch of
want to do
pussy lips
that.
on Zoom. Give it down.
Yeah, he's like, say what you should.
No, please. I have a
No,
boyfriend.
make it 5,000. Nothing
My God.
free in this world.
Like 1,000. That was 2020 prices. 2024 having
Bump those
inflation.
numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. Bump those numbers up.
Oh my God, I can't breathe. So, what would you rate him like on a scale of something to something?
I would rate Boosie like he's pretty awful,
He
but
had sex workers rape his kids.
yeah, he's terrible. But he's like all out in the open. He's right there awful. He can't trick you. He's
That's
Boosie.
true. He didn't
So I
like,
think it's like I give him a 5 for the child
wait, 5 out of
5.
5? Okay, I
You
was
know, what was a 5 out of 10? Children were
no,
hurt.
we
Really?
we just make up these rating scales, so I didn't know. But yeah, he's up there with Thomas Jefferson because even though he
We
didn't
have to
go,
make the scale. I gotta make the scale. 1 is dyking in the back seat because apparently I guess that's not a good thing now.
red bones kissing in the back seat.
Red
You better
bones.
be specific that it was 2 red bones. He doesn't
Red
like dark
bones.
skinned women, I don't think.
Yeah, that was the difference. Two red bones kissing in the back seat is a 1,
Girl, keep
and
going,
5
don't let that attract me.
is that because I can't even say
Stop,
that.
relax me. Like, listen, if you're listening to this, please go look up that song. You're gonna, I
Okay,
mean, huh?
the only song that I know is like he was like red bone 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 bone.
I don't even think I know any other Boosie songs except They Die. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
That's all. That's the only song I know by Boosie, and it's the only song I want to know. Who sits there and listen to Boosie?
People from down there like love him. Sometimes if I see comments that are critical about Boosie, and I look at the comments, the it's a lot of dudes especially are like, well, he just says it like it is.
Gator Bites 78 would like to know your location. Basically,
He's just saying it like it is. He keeps it real. Like
you just see like French names and you get scared because you're gonna get spammed.
Lafayette 24.
Oh yeah, you're like, uh-oh.
Oh no.
I'm gonna have to get some Rudolph in me in the next few weeks.
Yo, and so that is our episode. Thank you for listening. Leave a review. You know, I see that people are replying to like the Q&A stuff, and that's wonderful, but it's like a nice review so that people will be like, oh, this show's cracking and active. People want to listen to it.
Don't no cracking and active
It's like
reviews.
Blueface in jail. It's cracking. It's active. Get some
It's
people
cracking
going.
and active. Oh my god, you know who would describe that?
Ew.
Like, I don't know, like an older white guy, like getting like some fresh new herb crackers. It's cracking and active.
Cracking, active.
Mm. I need to put this on some cheese.
Where can our listeners follow us on social media?
You can follow us at WHY Baby Daddy Pod. We are on X, Instagram, And the best way to reach us is through Instagram because we are both there.
And we're on TikTok and we're on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. That was the new development over the holidays. We are now on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube.
And YouTube, yes. Why Baby Daddy Pod on all of those platforms, except for Facebook, it's We Hate Your Baby Daddy Podcast. It's a whole
There we
shebang.
go.
So
I have
follow
to,
us, leave us reviews, 5 stars, click the little star, just click it.
talk to us. Stop talking to us in our personal DMs. Talk to us.
On the show DMs, yeah. And also, you can send us a voice message. I know that you guys have some great stories about these niggas. So send us a voice message. We will play it on the show like we did in what was 2 episodes ago. And we love it. So thank y'all for listening / watching. If you're on Spotify, then you can watch this. But thanks for listening in general.
Thanks for looking at us for this long.
Bye.
Bye. I'm gonna blink now. I haven't been blinking for that long. Bye.
Bye.